Hi Cancer, welcome back. Those of you who are new, welcome to the Blue Star Energy Tower with Cindy. I'm glad you are here. Can you believe we are in December 2024? The last hoorah. So if you have been watching my channel, you understand that 2024 was a number 8, and it was and is about anchoring into the I am, about clearing out aspects of ourselves that no longer serve us and stepping into what works for us. Wow, I can't talk. It's like my tongue and lips aren't moving. Sorry about that, Cancer. So a lot has transpired, and the current energy is unexpected, abrupt, building momentum, shall we say. Anyhow, I did a reading on that. Please feel free to check it out. So what do we have for the last month moving into 2025? I'm using the Citadel, and then we're going to use clarifiers with the Grand Lux. Your first card out is the Puppeteer. The second card is the Aspirant. And the third card is the Assassin. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wise One. Okay, so what do we have for you today? Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. I hope you are well. It's been a bit challenging recently, a lot of tower moments. Know this, that if you do not engage in chaos or the craziness of others, you will fare out better than most. That's the one piece of advice I will give you. We have a conscious choice whether we engage in certain things or not. And if it truly doesn't affect you, you can just step back and let whatever transpiring move past you. I do know that the energies are huge. We're having a lot of world shifting of power. Large corporations, the heads, the leaders, CEOs are stepping down, being pushed out, or leaving the earthly plane. We have aspects of, things that we engage in on a daily life that are changing, and our perspective is changing. I mean, what I could say to you is I'm part of this group, this private community, and which I don't go on a lot, but let me back up. I apologize. I am part of a community that I engage in. I don't engage every day. I just kind of show up, come in and out, and I pay for this service. And I happened to jump in this past week, and it would appear a week or so ago, the rates tripled to be part of this community. Now, while I'm not 100% happy about that, but my perception, how I perceive this community, this group, has changed, because now I have to think about the value of the dollar versus the content that I receive from it. And I'm weighing that out. I don't feel it's worth it, but I don't get twisted. I don't get upset over it. It just is what it is. But that's the kind of energy that's transpiring, that things are changing around us, that we don't have any control to a degree. And if you do not need to engage in it, don't do it, because, or I shouldn't say don't do it, don't engage, because it'll create distortions and difficulties for you. Like for me with this community, I truly enjoy it for the value, that the money that I put forward, fee for service, if you will. But now I have to think about these new rates. Does it make sense for me to stay in there? How much do I make? Can I sustain that? And, you know, I was looking through all the threads and people were complaining and whatnot, and I totally get it. I totally get it. But the individual who owns this feels that her value is worth more. And she has a right. Equally so. Each individual who is part of that community has the right to believe what they want to believe. And they can leave if that's what they want to do. And anyway, I'm not sure why I went down this road, Cancer, and I apologize. I guess the point I wanted to make is that when you wake up one morning, things change. Like me, I happened to go on into the community and found, oh boy, things are changing come January 1st. And I need to, you know, internalize it and make a judgment and figure out, is this what I want to continue to do or not? I don't need to dive real deep into it, you know, just figure it out and move forward. And that's basically what the energy is all about. It's that, but it's building and it's having momentum, and we're going to see shifts in all areas, from the minutia to the macro to the collective. And again, if you're not connected to it, you can choose to just step away and stay within your own constitution, within your own home, within whatever. This is also affecting our own homes, our own constitution, the people we share our lives with. But when it gets crazy, not my circus, not my monkey, will have good meaning for you. All right, Cancer, now that I digressed a bit, let's get into your reading. Excuse the noise, I work outside. You have the puppeteer, the aspirant, and the assassin. The puppeteer. I mean, who needs to know what the puppeteer is? Right? Being attached to something. Being attached to something that encourages, discourages your movements, that which you do. What does that mean? Moving, thinking, doing whatever, not for your own free will, but for somebody else. And this is, all intent and purposes, in the past slot, right? Perhaps in the past you allowed somebody to dictate what it is that you do, who you are, how to dress, how to present yourself, what kind of work or not work, or whatever it is. But this in the past is saying that you've evaluated it and you understand that you're not the driver of your own essence. Somebody else was. I find that interesting. And here we have, in the current energy, the aspirant. Ambitions. What you want to do. You see these two keys? You're trying to find the keys. You're trying to find that perfect combination for you, because you've been, I don't know, tied up with others. I feel like you want to focus on what you contain within yourself, your essence, not somebody else's interpretation. And then we have the assassin. It's like you just want this over with. You want to take control of your own destiny, your own self, your own inner light, and you want to put forth your beliefs, your convictions. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Wise One. This is similar to the Hierophant. This is your constitution. Interesting, and what's underneath that? Woof. Is the runaway, secrets, running from problems. Were you caged in the past? Cancer, puppeteer, were you caged? Perhaps in your constitution, in the past, tradition and order of not allowing your own convictions to step forward, but to lift up a spouse, a partner. That's shifting, that's changing. You're bringing that back. You're bringing it into balance for yourself. This is you stepping forward with your own inner light. All right, Cancer, let's see what the Grand Lux has for clarifiers. What do we have for the puppeteer? Thank you. The Sun. Woof. Interesting. And the Ace of Coins. The aspirant, please. 9 of Cups. And the 2 of Coins. And the Assassin, please. We have the 3 of Wands. The Lovers. And the King of Swords. You got an extra card there, Cancer. 7 of Swords on the bottom. 7 of Swords is a representation of searching for truth. You know, the number 7 is an action card. Although this card seems to be a bit stagnant because he's just kind of standing there up against the wall trying to be incognito. And maybe that's the point, right? Over here trying to be incognito. Somebody else, you know, was the star of whatever the situation was. Now, the 7 of Swords often thinks of thievery, often speaks of thievery, lies, deceit. And those are pretty strong words, right? Excuse the noise. Perhaps, since the 7 of Swords speaks of seeking truth, that thievery, the lies, were really just something that in your own mind you felt that to lift another, to encourage another, is what you did for others, especially in a partnership. We have the Lovers here. Especially in a partnership, a partner, a marriage, in a family. You know, traditionally, the man goes out and works and the woman supports him in every aspect, right? I mean, we've kind of moved away from that. But of my generation growing up, you know, the women stayed home, they cooked, they cleaned, made babies and whatnot. And I'm getting a sense that this is what this is about. Like you lifted others up, you were the puppet, and somebody else had the strings. And not that these were lies, it's just what you had within yourself, what you were taught. And where you're at now is understanding that there is something else for you. We have the puppeteer clarified by the Sun and the Ace of Coins. The Sun is probably the best card, I would say, one of the best cards in tarot. It speaks of harmony. It speaks of peace. It speaks of success. It speaks of being in a higher vibration. It speaks of power and strength. What I feel here for you, Cancer, is that although you may have been happy in that relationship with the understanding of how, what role everybody plays within a relationship, within a family, within a group dynamic, perhaps within your peers, your tribe, even though, well, I want to say you enjoyed it, but you're finding now that there's something else for you to find, something else to start. And perhaps there's some of you who are just like, I'm done with that and I'm moving on to something new, brighter and new. The sun is Leo. This is your passion, your happiness, whereas before it was somebody else's happiness that you were helping to build, if you will. Now is the time. And I just got, somebody feels like their happiness was taken away from them. Let me just say this. If your happiness was taken away, you allowed it, and now you're regrouping and trying to understand and search for your own truth as to how it transpired. Know that you're moving in such a positive direction. All intent purposes, that was in the past, recent past. The current energy, Cancer, is the aspirant. What is it that you desire? What is it that you hold within yourself that you can bring forward? And it's clarified by the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Coins. The 9 of Cups speaks of strength. It's building power. It's part of the sun energy. It's understanding that emotionally you're in a good place. You understand that whatever is transpiring is about to come to its ending, if you will. You feel strength, you feel power, you have enough. You have an understanding of your emotions. And the 2 of Coins references that. 2 of Coins is about focusing on details, and this character he's on a tightrope, and he's got 1 coin in one hand and 1 coin in the other, and he's looking at the reflection in the other coin, if you'll excuse me. This 2 of Pentacles is you looking in the pentacle and getting a reflection of yourself. You're finding that essence here of the sun. You searching and finding what resonates in you, what was taken away from you in the past, and bringing it forward. It takes work and dedication. But you're looking to just bring it together so that you can be at peace and in harmony with who you are in your situation. With you and your situation. There is a connotation here to pay attention to the details. That those details will shine light as to what will bring you happiness. And it will take a bit for you to understand it. What's coming in the future, we have the Assassin, your own convictions. we have the Three of Wands, the Lovers, and the King of Swords, which I really like. And the reason why I do like this is because over here, somebody, a puppet master, is dictating to you what it is that you need to do, what you believe, and whatnot. And it, in essence, stole your identity, dampened your light, the essence, your joy. And this process, this transition that you're in, is bringing you full force so that you can face yourself, to understand what brings you happiness. And with doing that, it brings you forward into the Three of Wands. It's an opportunity. This Three of Wands, if you see, there are two wands that are barren, and there is one here. I almost feel like a path in the past, this path, has no new growth to it. But here, if we are to interpret you here, Cancer, as holding this wand, there's a lot of greenery on there. Can you see that? The green leaves, there's a lot of growth there. That there is an opportunity that if you set yourself forward and move in a direction and take action on what you can grow inside of you, that is reflecting back to you. The Lovers. Now, I don't generally do love readings, right? But this obviously is about you and a partner. It's also obvious to me that it's about you and your higher self. You connecting to your own essence, your own spirituality, you and your spirit moving forward and shining and stepping forward in harmony, bringing what you have within you forward. And we have the King of Swords. This is about you having the intellectual property, the ability to understand your past situation that has created a dampening of who you are, a suppression, if you will. Looking at it and understanding that if you want to step forward, you can do that. It takes work. Pay attention to the details. But you can step forward with a clear mind, a clear understanding of who you are. This King of Swords speaks of you can lash out at your partner, or you can understand the situation and move on. This is about creating perhaps your own, I want to say happy home, happy family, your own, well, experience and those around you. Yeah. Runaways from problems. Interesting. Well, Cancer, I want to thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity. Please be well. Happy holidays to you. Peace.